Human beings are remarkable creatures. We build cities that touch the sky, send machines beyond the stars, and communicate across continents in seconds. And yet, despite all this progress, we continue to repeat the same mistakes. Quietly, endlessly, generation after generation. These mistakes are not loud. They don't always appear dramatic. Most of them happen silently, in thoughts we never question, habits we never break, and beliefs we accept without realizing how deeply they control us. Tonight, there is no judgment here, only awareness, only calm observation. As you listen, allow these thoughts to drift gently through your mind. There is nothing you need to fix right now, nothing you need to change. Just listen, and slowly let yourself relax. One of the biggest human mistakes is believing that happiness exists somewhere in the future. We tell ourselves that life will finally begin once we reach a certain goal. More money, a better body, a different relationship, or a version of ourselves that feels more complete. We postpone joy as if it were a reward, not a natural state. In doing so, we forget that the future is always moving, always just out of reach. And while we chase tomorrow, today quietly slips away. Another mistake humans often make is confusing busyness with meaning. We fill our days with tasks, notifications, responsibilities, and endless noise. Being busy makes us feel important. It makes us feel needed. But deep down, many people feel empty despite doing so much. We rarely pause to ask ourselves whether all this movement is actually taking us somewhere that matters. Silence feels uncomfortable because it forces us to face ourselves, and many people are not ready for that. Humans also make the mistake of seeking validation outside themselves. From a young age, we learn to measure our worth through approval, likes, praise, attention, and recognition. Slowly, we begin to see ourselves through the eyes of others. We adjust our behavior, hide parts of our personality, and wear masks just to feel accepted. Over time, we forget who we really are. And the saddest part is that even when approval comes, it never feels like enough. Another deeply rooted mistake is the belief that emotions are weaknesses. Many people are taught to suppress sadness, ignore fear, and hide vulnerability. We learn to stay strong by pretending we are unaffected. But emotions do not disappear when ignored. They sink deeper, shaping our thoughts, reactions, and decisions from the shadows. What we resist inside us does not leave, it waits. And eventually, it speaks in ways we cannot control. Humans also struggle with the illusion of control. We plan every detail of our lives, believing that if we try hard enough, nothing will go wrong. But life has its own rhythm. Unexpected events arrive without warning. Loss, change, and uncertainty are unavoidable. When reality doesn't match our expectations, we feel frustrated, anxious, or defeated. Often, the pain is not caused by what happens, but by our refusal to accept that we were never fully in control to begin with. Another common mistake is living in the past. Humans have a powerful memory, and while it helps us learn, it can also trap us. Regret, guilt, and what-if scenarios replay endlessly in the mind. We revisit moments we cannot change, conversations we wish we could rewrite, and choices we believe ruined everything. The mind clings to the past because it feels familiar, even when it hurts. But the present moment, where peace actually exists, is often ignored. On the opposite side, many humans are consumed by the future. Worry becomes a constant companion. The mind imagines problems that haven't happened, fears outcomes that may never occur, and prepares for disasters that exist only in thought. This constant anticipation creates stress that the body experiences as real. In trying to protect ourselves from pain, we end up living in a state of tension, unable to fully rest. Another major human mistake is comparison. We look at others and assume their lives are better, easier, or more successful. We compare our behind the scenes to their highlight reels. Social media has intensified this illusion, making it seem like everyone else is winning while we are falling behind. Comparison slowly steals joy, replacing gratitude with self-doubt. And no matter how far we go, there will always be someone who appears to have more. Humans also tend to mistake attachment for love. We cling to people, roles, and identities out of fear of being alone. Sometimes we stay in situations that no longer serve us because familiarity feels safer than change. We confuse comfort with happiness. But true love allows freedom. True connection does not require losing oneself. When attachment turns into fear, it becomes a source of suffering rather than warmth. Another quiet mistake is ignoring the body's wisdom. Humans push themselves beyond natural limits. Less sleep, more stress, constant stimulation. We treat rest as laziness and exhaustion as something to overcome. The body sends signals: fatigue, tension, discomfort, but we often silence them with distractions. Over time, the body remembers what the mind tries to ignore. Rest is not weakness, it is repair. Humans also make the mistake of believing their thoughts are facts. The mind narrates constantly, creating stories about who we are and how the world works. But thoughts are not always true. Many are shaped by fear, past experiences, and learned beliefs. When we blindly believe every thought, we become prisoners of our own mind. Learning to observe thoughts instead of obeying them is one of the most freeing skills a human can develop. Another deeply human mistake is resisting change. We want life to remain predictable, stable, and familiar. But change is the only constant. Everything evolves: relationships, identities, circumstances. When we resist change, we create friction. When we accept it, we flow. Often, what feels like an ending is actually a quiet beginning, waiting to be recognized. Humans also struggle with forgiveness, especially self-forgiveness. We hold ourselves to impossible standards and punish ourselves for not meeting them. We replay mistakes long after lessons have been learned. But growth does not come from endless self-criticism. It comes from compassion. You cannot hate yourself into becoming better. You can only heal through understanding. Another mistake is believing that suffering makes us special. Many people cling to pain because it gives identity. Letting go feels like losing a part of oneself. But healing does not erase your story. It allows you to continue it without unnecessary weight. You are not your wounds. You are the awareness that has survived them. As you listen to these reflections, notice how your body feels. There is no need to analyze anything right now. Just breathe slowly. Human mistakes are not proof of failure. They are proof of being human. Awareness is not about blame. It is about gentle recognition. And perhaps the biggest mistake of all is believing that you are broken. You are not broken. You are learning. You are adapting. You are becoming. Now allow your thoughts to slow. Let your breathing deepen. The mind can rest. The day is over. There is nothing you need to solve tonight. Sleep is not an escape. It is a return to balance. Let go and drift gently into rest.